Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope all has been well for everyone. Hope you guys had a good Saturday, made some money. Oi, oi. I like it, Shoto. Oi, oui, oui. What is that, French? Anyways, if you guys didn't notice, I switched it up. My Tyven Klinger account, my account that I built for like 4 years. Used to be like obviously used to have like different names like Props from Prime and Primetime Locks back in the day, and then it was eventually just Tyven Klinger. Um, I guess I switched that account for the name for the fourth time because it's now straight betting. So yeah, I mean, if you guys like are following me or are in here because you followed me on what's it called? Because you followed me on shit, I can't talk. I can't think of on like my old account. Then welcome and please don't unfollow me. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so we're on a new account. I'm surprised I got verified so fast. Thankfully, I did because or else we're just gonna have to be streaming on YouTube. I always like streaming on Twitter. It kind of inflates the numbers a little bit, makes me feel good about myself. So yeah, cool. We got nice little Sunday slate here. Got some pretty cool games, I'd say. Let's see. Before we get started though, I'm gonna quick share. Made a new Excel sheet. Where is that thing at? Yep, straight betting team tracking. Okay. So, I mean, if you guys look at the top, this is what we've given out for free in the Discord, all tracked. Like we don't fucking lie. I mean, if you're there's a lot of like lying and shit in this space. I assure you that we are not a part of that. So I know like 72 and 36 sounds like hard to believe, right? I mean, this has been 11 days, I believe, worth of bets. Kind of started off slow in the red, but we haven't been in the red for 9 days. Probably just jinxed the fuck out of it. But yeah, I mean, insane stuff, guys. This is a free Discord, by the way. Let's quick recap yesterday. I mean, the ones that I gave out yesterday, Jalen Green under. That was the only loser. I feel like I've actually by far, guys, if you look at this Excel sheet, I've been by far the worst better in here. 27 and 20. That's me. You go to like Liam, his free plays, he only does a couple a day, but they're really good. 10 and 3. JJ is on a heater, 21 and 8. And then Quinton's been awesome too. And I didn't even update that. So I've been, yeah, because that Brook Lopez 1-1. Quinton's been 15 and 4, so he's been amazing. And yeah, I guess, okay, I had it updated right here though, so that's why. Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, it's been awesome. The link is down below, guys. It's a 100% free Discord. I highly recommend you guys join. And yeah, so let's quick recap. So Jalen Green, here's the thing, guys. Jalen Green lost. I would have never made that bet if I knew Sabonis was going to play 1 minute and then it was going to be Jonas Valanciunas getting starting center minutes. Like absolutely not. That's just like that's not what I signed up for. So yeah, I mean Jonas Valanciunas, guys, is like the worst pick and roll defender in the league, and that's going to be something. Sabonis has a hamstring issue, got ruled out right away. That's something to look forward to, or not look forward to, but keep in mind for the future, because yeah, I mean that shit was so cooked as soon as he got ruled out. I mean, Jonas can't move. So here's the Discord link, by the way, if you guys do want to join. It's also should be in the Discord or in the description. So another one. Let's see, Santi. I mean, we got like 1 million points of CLV on this one. We kind of called it to a T. When he bet it, we're like, oh yeah, I mean, it's a back-to-back. John Bain was like on the game time decision. Ton of stuff like that. So that one is pretty free. Asar was super dicey, man. He had like 4 RA in the first 4 minutes. Didn't get an RA until like the fourth quarter, and then he got one right before he checked out. Got a little bit of garbage time, so probably got a little bit lucky there. Yeah, but 2-1 for me personally. Then the other people had like Cade unders, 9.5 assists. I think he had 9 under points was free. Giannis over 5.5 assists, which I talked about, and I didn't pull the trigger on for some reason. Yeah, but that hit, and then Brook Lopez had a legacy cash for Quinton as he scored 2 points with like no time left. So we'll take that. Yeah, so good day, good stuff, guys. Like I said, I mean, if you're not in the Discord, we're also running a $75 giveaway today in the Discord. We're just gonna pick a random member. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess we're paying you guys to join. So yeah. All right, cool. Let's go back to screen sharing. Guys, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do this moving forward. The same question format. We're gonna go game by game. Only ask like 1 or 2 questions, for that game, and make sure they're like good ones. I honestly, I don't really want like the niche ones. You guys can ask in niche ones, but try to limit them and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. Actually, let's get into some questions. See, good morning, 2K Rudy, Tommaso. Happy Sunday. Hope you're doing good. British thing, yeah. Yep, game by game for sure. Cool. Game by game. Sub Jokic, how you doing? Why'd you catch me yesterday? I don't even know if I was the one who catch you. I mean, I went 2-1, but it was other people who were turning up for real. And I just realized that I do not have my mic on, so let me quick do that as well. It's always something with me, huh? Always forgetting to do something. Yeah, J-Main, how you doing? We getting this bread today? No jinx. Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope. Been running really good. Betting is not easy, and we've been running good recently, so let's hope that we can continue to get some good luck going. That'd be sweet. Okay. Where's my little magnet? There we go. Okay, cool. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better. The audio, that is. Let's see, default mode. Okay. Testing. Okay. Sweet. What's up, J-Main? How you doing? Told you Levine and Monk. You said you played ball. Yeah, I mean, Levine and Monk weren't guarding him, bro. It was Keegan Murray and Keon, and then what's his name? And then Sabonis got hurt, so they had no pick and roll defense. Garland. Okay, let's see. Is there any just happy Sunday for London? Nice early game for us. Yeah, I know this should be a really fun game for sure. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, first play. I mean, it's in the first game, so we can probably go over. We can go over this game as well. I'll give out the other play. I just don't want these lines to move that I'm giving out. If you guys aren't already in the Discord, but Jamal Murray over 20. I'm like whispering it. Jamal Murray over 20.5 points. Minus 105 at DK. It's where I gave it out. So. FanDuel has the best price to market now, minus 108. All these are clearly good, right? So, yeah, Jamal Murray, guys. I mean, we know how Boston defends. They play drop coverage against a pick and roll handler. That's 30% of Murray's points right there. They don't, even in like isolation stuff, when Murray gets those reps, they play straight up, especially in these high leverage games. They kind of like to try stuff. But in these high leverage games, they stick to their bread and butter, which is single coverage and drop coverage. And that's just like an amazing matchup for Jamal Murray. I know last year they played without Jokic and he somehow didn't go over, which is pretty sad. But last year, let's see, he had 19 points in this one. He had 35 in Boston. So 2 pretty good games. Yeah, Jamal Murray, he's also just been good recently. This is his last 30 games. I know he had a couple super spike games in here, but he's averaging 22.9 points per game. And yeah, the biggest thing here, guys, is that I really just trust. Jamal Murray really had to play himself into shape. He was not in shape to start the year. Yeah, so the hit rates overall just not great. This is really just a spot game, and he's very capable of this. So yeah, single coverage, drop coverage. We know that the minutes are going to be huge. This is obviously a high leverage game. Murray has a track record of rising in the big moments. So yeah, I trust Murray to get the job done. I know it's a great matchup for him. I know that on a point per minute standpoint, I think he's averaging. Let's see, I have the numbers right here. Yep. In games with Jokic, against non-top pick and roll handler defenses, so teams that aren't going to blitz the shit out of him. Against teams that don't blitz the shit out of him. He's averaging 22.6 points per game with Jokic. So, yeah, I think this line's a tad short, but really just honestly, this is like a spot game coupled with matchups. The numbers probably probably like it's not like a crazy like buy low number or anything. It just matchup plus spot game, and I trust Murray in this matchup and spot. So let's go with Jamal over 20.5 points. Sweet. Okay, let's quick rip out the second play, and then we'll go back to this game to break it down. This one was an RA prop, and I realized that RA prop, it was an RA prop on FanDuel. So, those will always move quick. Isaiah Hartenstein over 14.5 rebounds and assists. So where is this at? Okay, so it moved like a couple cents. Still good. Most places, DraftKings, Bovada, BetRivers, 365. So yeah, Isaiah Hartenstein. So I already have the filter. Obviously, guys, Chet is out with Shea and J-Dub. So he's averaging 29.5 minutes in these games. He got hurt in this one. I think he had another game where he got hurt in. I could be wrong, but yeah. So I'm doing the filter I used was 24 to 34 minutes. Feels right. Feels like a good like minute baseline. Like I'd say he's like around like 26 in a blowout or something like that, 25 in a blowout and like a massive blowout, and then like 33 in like a competitive game. So yeah, I mean, with these filters, 24 to 34 minutes without Shea or with Shea, with J-Dub and without Chet. I mean, he's over in 16 out of 25 games, so that's great stuff. But then also, guys, this is like just like an amazing matchup, right? We got the Spurs, who allow the second most rebounds post All-Star break, which is significant because that's when they lost Wemby. So I mean, they're just getting crushed on the glass. Like, terrible rebounding team. And then for assists too, if we go to pull-ups post Wemby, I mean, they're allowing the fewest pull-ups in the league by far, like lowest pull-up frequency by a mile. So what that is, guys, if you're new here, like pull-up frequency is like very correlated with how aggressive you are against the pick and roll. And like we want them to be super aggressive against Shea and J-Dub in the pick and roll, because if they're blitzing, Hartenstein's the one who's setting the screen, then they blitz him, they put two to the ball, and then it's just like an easy pass to Hartenstein for him to be like a secondary playmaker and get assists off of that. So yeah, from a matchup perspective, it like both boxes are like completely checked for Hartenstein. Obviously the rebounding and then the assists, and then this feels like a good number with the hit rate and stuff and like the averages in these games. And I feel like I'm being pretty good with the minute filter, right? Like don't think I'm being overzealous whatsoever using the 24 to 34 minute filter. So yeah, 14.5 RA, love this one. Yeah, this is like a numbers play, so hope we can get home. All right, cool. Let's see. They've been doing this the whole Missoula tenure, and Donovan Mitchell is a much more scary of a threat. Donovan Mitchell, if they were going to change things, right? Like it's really stupid to blitz Jokic blitz Murray in the first place when Jokic is the one setting screens, right? Like you blitz Murray and then passes it to Jokic with an advantage. So yeah, I wouldn't think first of all, I get what you're saying, right? Maybe if they were playing the Cavs again, they would switch something. But they've been letting stars like go off, the entire thing since Missoula's got there, right? That's been their defensive scheme. They trust their guys one-on-one. They probably aren't going to switch it up after a little blip, especially in the regular season, and especially like blitzing Murray to give Jokic a 4-on-3 is like a terrible defensive scheme in the first place. So yeah, I doubt it. Let's see. Where did I leave off on? Was there any Bulls stuff? Or not Bulls stuff. Celtics and Nuggets stuff. Okay, Jamie, like I said, I'm going to do 2 questions for each person, so I'll get to these two. Jokic PA, Tatum RA. I really like Tatum RA. I'll start there first. I think that this is a really good bet. So you're just going to if you look at the hit rates, it's probably not going to be great, right? But it's kind of more than that, right? There's no Drew, no Kristaps. He's probably going to play like 40 minutes if this game is competitive, right? 38 to 40 or something. It's a really good matchup because I bet the Celtics will. He'll probably guard Aaron Gordon and just be weak side. There's no Kristaps. So it's like no Kristaps with Jaylen Brown, no Drew probably. I guess we're shorting ourselves a sample size. from a pure matchup perspective, I really like it a ton. J-Man, he's been hitting it like crazy. It's a great assist matchup, right? I mean, the Nuggets are probably the best assist matchup in the league, one of them at least. And then rebounds too. I could see, I see the minutes for that. I see, him guarding Gordon, who is just going to be pretty low usage, and he's been spacing the floor instead of sitting in the dunker and contesting a ton of defensive rebounds recently. So yeah, J-Man, I really like it from a matchup perspective. I think it's a really good bet. Jokic PA, yeah, I also don't mind this either, to be honest. Where's Jokic? I mean, his points are definitely low, right? Same thing with Murray. I mean, he didn't play this year. Last year, 32 points in a win. So Denver did lose both those games. Or no, Boston did lose. So maybe they put a little more attention to Jokic, but typically they're not big on that. They have Horford, who's pretty good at like defending, these strong centers and stuff. But yeah, so 2 great games. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a pretty good look for sure. Okay. Just see Tatum. We already got to that. Porter M PSA plus. What do you mean by that? Okay, Tatum assist. We talked about that. Yep, I really like that. I am a little bit like, I'm just not a big fan of Tatum at a 6.5 line. I will say that. It's definitely warranted, but Tatum just to me is like a 5.5 guy. I like betting his 5.5 in a good matchup. But I mean, yeah, it's a good bet for sure. I would say. Yeah, and Porter under points. I actually was looking at this too. Yeah, Porter's a guy that the Celtics scheme typically would look to take out. 17.5 is only like at Bet365 and a couple other places, especially for good juice. But yeah, I do like this. I would say you got to wait to see if Aaron Gordon plays. Wait for Aaron Gordon to play or not, because I mean he just played 38 minutes and missed out on some garbage time without Gordon. So like I mean his minutes are going to be absurd if what's it called, if Gordon misses, and it's like, okay, if he's going to play 40 minutes, like pretty much guaranteed if it's like a hyper competitive game, then it's like, okay, then it gets a little bit dicey. But yeah, I think that if you can like snipe this or this, or this, if you can snipe like a 17.5 minus 130 or better, before or as Aaron Gordon gets ruled in, I think that's a really good bet for sure. And then Brown, yeah, Brown's like in the same bucket for sure, but he's also another like wait for Aaron Gordon for sure. So yeah. Also, I just don't think Russ is going to get left wide open by Boston. I don't know if this is a great Russ spot for him, to be honest, but I will say, yeah, Brown definitely. I just think that the Nuggets are going to ride the starters a ton, right? You need Christian Brown to guard Jaylen Brown, and he actually matches up really good with him. And MPJ, you need his spacing out there. So yeah, hard to fix something. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, I agree. Jokic triple double. Yeah. So you're basically asking like him over 9.5 assists. I mean, he gets 10 assists most game, right? So, I mean, I can't talk you off of it. I will say Boston, like, usually they don't like to, double a ton. So it's probably not, the best matchup for Jokic, but yeah, 9 assists, 11 assists last year. I don't hate it, that's for sure. I don't think it's like anything like super crazy. I probably just wouldn't want to play Jokic's assist in this spot, but I actually don't mind what J-Man did, because he's going to be close to like that points anyways. And if they do double him, then he'll probably have like a spike assist game. So I don't hate the PA, but yeah, I don't know. He probably gets a triple. There's a good chance that he gets a triple double. I don't know what I would price it though. Okay, let's a peddler. We'll go back to these. We're sticking on. Does anyone else got? Oh, you got 7, and yeah, that's a good one. Just hope that Gordon plays, and you'll be looking pretty good. Porter PRA over. Yeah, no, it's like I'd probably stay away. Especially, I don't really like the points or assists. So, yeah, just not a spot for him to like touch the ball a ton, in my opinion. It's probably going to be the Murray and Jokic show. So, yeah, not the biggest fan of anything MPJ, but I don't mind his 7.5 rebounds. He'll probably guard. Who will he guard? Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I don't hate his rebounds though, MPJ, because Celtics don't really crash the offensive glass, and MPJ's Jokic will be spaced out a little bit. So yeah, I could definitely see MPJ rebounds for sure. Appreciate you, JJ. Will do for sure. We'll keep it going. J-Main, bro, you should not be using this data. Michael Porter, I promise you, Michael Porter Jr.'s assists are just random, right? And this is like a spot where he probably isn't going to touch a ball a ton. But yeah, MPJ's assists are just completely random, so I wouldn't touch it. Portland at Cleveland. Okay, cool. Let's see, how many games are there today? There might be some that we should just like skip. Let's see. Let's get to like the, is there any like good games? Okay, I probably won't, if I don't have a crazy opinion on some of these stuff, then yeah, we can just skip. But so no Donovan Mitchell, we got Darius Garland stuff. Yeah, I don't really know much because Portland, what I've noticed, Portland's like weird there. So this is like post All-Star break, and I think this is actually kind of relevant, or we can just do last 10 games because it's been Donovan Clingan. I bet a Claxton under, and I realized like Donovan Clingan in that drop, like it's tough for him to move. So I kind of, my first look was Jared Allen assists. I kind of actually like this if you can get this minus or 1.5 at DK. Just something I noticed with like how slow Clingan is, right? It's like the roll is going to always be there, and it's like he can either like he'll get past the ball a ton out of the roll just because of Clingan in the drop being pretty slow. But like, yeah, I actually don't hate Jared Allen like points, PA. Yeah, just with Clingan in there, it's like different. I wish that Allen had a little more touch around the rim, just because the touch or the rim protection is there for Clingan. So let's go to some other stuff. Let's see, we had Garland over points was one of them at 23.5. So we could go without Mitchell with Mobley. Okay, he's been cooking, that's for sure. Efficient here. Yeah, I mean, he's been really efficient, but really good too. I believe Portland's been giving up a lot of pull-ups. Yeah, yeah, so I definitely like this. We could just quick go to the Cleveland Cavs. Let's go with Donovan off. And yeah, I mean, where is it? It's in Cleveland, so that's always scary for an over, like, not gonna lie. I know that they don't have Donovan, but I mean, this team is just really good. And Portland, they're coming back down to earth. But yeah, Darius Garland without Mitchell, I mean, holy crap. 29 points per 36. What a fucking guy. Yeah, I mean, definitely makes sense. I think it's a good matchup. Yeah, I can't talk you off it. I will say it's like if the Cavs blow them out and Garland plays like 28 or 30 minutes, that wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, that's pretty crazy stuff. So definitely lean over. I'm scrolling. Yeah, guys, even if you asked the question already, just ask it again so I can like see it in the bottom if you guys have any stuff on this game. Garland under 7.5 assists. So we're just here. I'd say like on a per 36 with Mitchell off standpoint. Yeah, it's probably dicey, right? You're looking at these numbers. I know Portland's been, allowing fewer assists recently. Fewest post All-Star break. One thing I did notice though is that like the pocket passes against Clingan are going to be there, like because I bet a Claxton under and like he was just getting like touch after touch in the pick and roll. And it's because Klingon just can't move, right? It's like same thing with like bigs against Brook Lopez and stuff. I will say it's different a little bit because Jared Allen can't really shoot, so he's probably not the best pick and roll partner in this spot. But I'd probably stay away, Nicola, personally. I totally get where you're coming from, but the numbers per 36 without Mitchell, you're kind of like needing a blowout, I feel like, to be able to justify it at this stuff. And I think like the assist for Garland in the pick and roll can be there. So let's see, what is Portland still like limiting catch and shoots? They are at the lowest amount. Let's see. So it's pull-ups that they're giving up, and then stuff from less than 10 feet. Portland. Yeah, so Portland, it's like pull-ups and then like inside stuff. So it's like ball dominant people definitely can cook here, which is definitely Garland. Yeah, so Garland points make sense too. So cool. Love the live videos, man. I get so much out of it. Props to you. Appreciate it. Strange music. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do here. I really hope that these can be informative. These can be, teach people to like bet on their own, and like you can like kind of tell by the comments, right? Like when you guys first started commenting, you guys are commenting straight bullshit. A lot of you guys are commenting like honestly shit that in the back of my head I wanted to like make fun of you guys for. But every time I go live now, I think you guys have great leans. Like the props you guys suggest are, like usually stuff like that I would think about too, and I think that a lot of people who think the game well would think about. So yeah, shout out to you guys. I can see a lot of people getting a lot better. Mobley over points. So yeah, let's quick check this out. So it is at 18.5, then 19.5, probably 19.5, right? For the most part. Damn, Evan Mobley is really crazy. He's averaging a lot of points. Holy crap. So all right, so to be fair, the sample size with Mitchell off is pretty small, and he's shooting like an absurd percentage, right? Like absurd stuff. So this is definitely due regression. This 26.44 per 36 with him off. Yeah, I mean they've been getting kind of killed inside. As we can see, less than 10 feet. That's definitely a lot of Mobley stuff. High usage. I like it. I think it's a good matchup for sure. I mean, Portland's been a lot of shots have been allowed inside 10 feet, so that's good. And then, if they're limiting catch and shoots, that doesn't really matter for Mobley, right? It's like bad for Max Strus, for DeAndre Hunter, for like Sam Merrill off the bench. Yeah, I lean over for this one for sure. I think it makes a decent amount of sense. Like I said, these overs with Cavs are, I always say if you're betting an over on a player that on the team that's doing the blowing out, it's not as bad. But I always fear. I always fear, betting overs on Cavs players at home who don't benefit from blowout, just because they feel like they win by margin like every game at home, especially against an inferior opponent. But yeah, no, I definitely lean over with Mobley. Yeah, Klingon under Tommaso. I actually really like this too. Let's quick check it out. So the two trees are playing, so that's great. Yeah, win over against Brooklyn. So yeah, you definitely need the 8.5, and it is pretty juiced. But I think, in my opinion, you need the 8.5. 8.5 is like a big difference from 7.5, just because Klingon's probably not going to make a three. I know he has shot a couple here and there, but let's see, player shooting or team shooting dashboard. Let's see the restricted area and where the Cavs fare. Pretty good. We could just do overall points in the paint. Is this Cavs pretty good there too? And then yeah, pick and roll man, which is second best play type, put back. Just really tough stuff, right? So cuts, cuts are going to be tough. All of his cuts finishes are probably in the restricted area. 7th fewest points there. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a pretty good bet, right? Guess we could, because even when he plays, like, because this is probably going to be a good minute spot for him. I would think. I would think they don't hold him on minutes, but it's weird. Like 18 to 31, because he will play those weird minutes sometimes. Yeah, still under in a fair bit more than he isn't. And let's go to like opponent's points in the paint, right? Because those Nuggets matchups are easy for him. Opponent points in the paint. Cavs are 7th fewest on the year. So let's just do like this. Yeah. I think this is a really good bet actually. It is pretty juiced, but yeah, I like it, Tommaso. Yeah, I like Jared Allen PA. Like I said, I've seen just like the eye test yesterday, those passes to Allen in the pick and roll will be there with Klingon defending. So yeah, I like it a fair bit. Let's see. Yep, Mobley. Yep. Kamara assists. I don't like Kamara assists. No, no. Yeah, it's not like a big. There, Cleveland's been switching a ton recently, and they've been limiting spot ups. And if that's the case, like Cavs are 4th lowest spot up frequency. They're just going to Tamani's not going to touch the ball a ton in the half court. And actually, I think it might be a good spot to go back to fading Tamani. Personally, I know those corners might be open for him. Or let's see how the corners have been recently. Corner threes last 10 games. Yeah, Cavs have been taking away the corner threes too. So I actually think this is a good spot to fade Tamani. If we can get Denny news, Denny is playing, Jeremy's playing. Especially if both of them are playing, but maybe even if like one of them's playing, I might actually go fade this PRA from Tamani. Sell high off that Nets game that we backed him in. That's the best way to do it, right? Back someone in a good matchup, fade him in a bad matchup. So Simon's under. Okay, okay. Sorry guys, not gonna lie. I'm going to Simon's. Okay, this is the last one. We've been spending way too much time on this shitty ass game. With Sharp. Sharp's been playing, so. Yeah, and also, actually, yeah, I'm not gonna this Simon stuff is difficult because we don't know if Denny's gonna play or not. Right, that's a big difference. Bulls at Pacers. I don't really have crazy stuff on here. These are two teams that I don't really like to bet on. I guess does anyone have if you guys have Bulls Pacers questions? I don't want to spend a lot of time, but drop them. Even if you already commented them, just drop them again. J-Man, that's not how Simons is not going to get guarded by Garland. Garland's going to guard, I don't know, the worst player. Yeah. This one's cooked. Okay, we got Giddy assists over. Yeah, I just don't. I'm not the guy to go to for Bulls stuff. I have not watched a Bulls game in like 3 months. I don't think. They have a completely new rotation. Look, the Pacers. Yes, Giddy's also. Every team guards Giddy the same way, right? It's like if you look at other guards versus them, it's like it doesn't matter, right? Because every team's just going to guard Giddy the same way. Pacers give up a lot of assists because they like to blitz a pick and roll handler. Like no one is blitzing Giddy because you don't care if he shoots a three, right? So I would say like maybe just I mean it's been really good, right? So yeah, I just don't have a take on Bulls stuff really. So I'm just not the guy to go to for this. I don't really watch the team. But yeah. Toppin, I guess, yeah, Toppin. Okay, cool. We can do that. So Toppin I think is actually a good buy low. The Bulls just like stink, right? Like we go here to Toppin. Let's do a PR and look at 14.5. Okay, let's go back to points. I don't know if I like him getting 5 rebounds. Yeah. So low minutes last game. I watched this game. The bench shat the bed against the Heat. So, they kind of got low minutes. I would think that without Mathurin, he would be in for pretty good minutes usually. So, I think this is like kind of floor stuff. This without Mathurin. I could see like 16 to 22 or something. Yeah, it's against the Bulls who stink. Somehow they're the ninth best transition defense, which doesn't make sense. But yeah, Toppin, I mean, they'll allow a ton in the restricted area. He's also a big corner guy, so maybe check to see the corners. Okay, Bulls have been fine there. Let's see, opponent points in the paint. I probably have a slight lean over on Toppin. I guess Bulls have actually been better in the paint too, so cool. Nembhard assists. Yeah, Bulls are a great assist matchup, that's for sure. With Tyrese and TJ. And his minutes are pretty good, right? They've been like 20, I'd say like 25 to 30. What did he play last game? 37. He's usually not in that range. So let's do like 25 to 30, 36 or something. Yeah, I guess not really great hit rate stuff. I mean, if you're talking about 4.5, then it's probably pretty good. And I'm guessing you are, Tommaso. So yeah, at 4.5, I'd say I lean over for sure. Good matchup, but 5.5, stay away. Kobe White under. Yeah, Kobe White unders actually makes sense because he's a good pull-up shooter. He'll probably get blitzed a little. I would leave assists out, and I would probably just do points if you're gonna go with an under on Kobe. Let's see, without Levine, without Vucevic, he's only played a couple games, some low minute games for sure. But yeah, from a matchup perspective, I probably lean over. I'll talk about this one. Yeah, I like Aaron Nesmith stuff for sure. I mean, let's see the Bulls catch and shoot. It didn't come to fruition last game, but his minutes are really good without. Like I had a bet, I lost a bet on Nesmith, but like he played a ton of minutes, like how I expected without Mathurin, and like his points per minutes have been really good. Let's see, Bulls, you definitely want to look at catch and shoot. Last 10, they've been below average, but not like a crazy good matchup like the Pelicans or Jazz or someone like that. So yeah, definitely lean over on Nesmith. I think that's a good one. Okay, yeah. Cool. Sorry, guys. I really just think we're wasting time on this game because I just don't have the best input. Toronto at Orlando, I'm skipping that one. I don't like that game at all. Knicks at Heat. Let's do Knicks at Heat. Like I said, comments these down below. Knicks and Heat. So Khalil Ware got benched to start the second half. I wonder if that's going to stick or not. I really don't know. It's probably a wait and see on Knicks stuff because if Khalil Ware starting or not really matters a ton, right? I mean, it just completely changes the whole dynamic of the defense if it's Ware at center or Bam at center. So that's probably another not a great one. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. Spilled a little bit of water. Okay. Yeah. So it's, I don't know. Do you guys have any takes on this one? I don't really have anything crazy. Like Macau. So let's see. Knicks stuff. I'm not going to talk about Knicks stuff. Just I want to make sure and see if Ware's going to start because here's the thing, guys. If Bam starts, terrible Brunson matchup. Good matchup for Macau. Good matchup for OG. I guess Josh Hart, sure, but mostly Macau and OG. And then if Ware continues to start, then it's a good matchup for Brunson because he plays drop coverage. So yeah, it's just like wait and see on this one. But let's Heat stuff. We got Hero, PA. Yeah, I mean Hero makes sense, right? I mean you got Cat at the center, who yeah, I mean he doesn't really do much defending out there. Yeah, I mean it's a great matchup for Hero. So pick and roll handler, and then pick and roll man's also really bad too. I would say I would like Hero PA a little bit more if Bam started. Just Bam's a better assist partner than Ware, but yeah, Hero's been doing good. I like it. OG rebounds. I have no clue. Does OG take Hero or I mean 3.5 is pretty low, right? 38 minutes. Yeah, I don't really have a crazy stuff on this one. Hart over 12.5 points. Let's see with. Yeah, this is a bad game. This is the last question I'm doing. I don't have much input on this game, so it's just like a waste of time. Let's see, Hart with like all these guys active, I guess. 50-50 hit rate. You know, good in transition. The Heat are. That's not great for Hart. Yeah, they don't have a crazy lean on this either. All right. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. I think that makes sense for sure. And if that's the case, then Josh Hart stuff is pretty interesting, like PA. Yeah, I agree. Okay, Spurs and Thunder. So Fox unders always makes sense against OKC. I am just like a little bit concerned because Fox has been like so bad. I wonder if he even like gets blitzed. Like, I mean, shit, you're okay with someone shooting sub like 20%, 30% every game. The finger's really bothering him, so that's the one thing that I am like a little bit concerned about because Hartenstein will play drop from time to time. He's not just going to blitz everything every time. But yeah, for the most part, it's a back-to-back too. I think Vassell, like usually you want to back spot up guys against OKC, but it's tough when they don't have any like dynamic guys. Like I said, I would lean Fox under 21.5 points if you can get that. He's been really bad anyways, right? I mean, couldn't hit it against Houston, couldn't against Memphis. Like, why is he going to hit it against the Thunder, right? So, yeah, Fox under points makes a lot of sense. I mean, that finger is he's shooting the ball with like three fingers or something. I saw. So big lean on Fox under. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I'm on his rebounds and assists over. So I think that the way to go is rebounds and assists, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it should be a solid matchup for score. I just don't really trust Hartenstein to score, to be honest, bro. It's like he's such a pass heavy big man that like I don't know. I played rebounds and assists, but I think it's a fine matchup for him to score. Also on the Thunder side of things, let's see. Shea's at 32.5. They are without Chet, which does matter for sure. They're without Chet, without Isaiah Joe. Maybe Lou Dort could be a little bit interesting. Just the Spurs have been like leaking so much catch and shoot stuff. Like if we go to the last 10 games, actually let's go post All-Star break because it's without Vic, right? Post All-Star break. Yeah, so Spurs leaking catch and shoot stuff, pretty bad there. Catch and shoot stuff, and I think in the paint, it's like everything but pull-ups. So I'd say that's bad for Shea, bad for J-Dub. They're gonna get blitzed. I don't hate like a Shea under, right? It's 32.5. They are, the Spurs team is pretty bad, so we shouldn't expect like full minutes. I wouldn't think. Go like with J-Dub, without Chet. And I guess he's been over more than he hasn't been. But he's averaging 34 points. That's ridiculous. Let's see. You could do like a little cheeky minute filter. Be like, okay, Shea, you're probably not playing 38 plus here. Let's do 37 or less. Yeah, I don't know. I'd lean under on Shea and J-Dub stuff. Kaysen Wallace is definitely going to start. I think it's actually a really good matchup for Kaysen because there's no Isaiah Joe. So it's Caruso, Wiggins, Kenrick, Jalen Williams probably off the bench. So yeah, Fox averages 21, 6 and 6 on Sunday. Dude, J-Main, are you like trolling me at this point? I feel like I don't know. I feel like J-Main's trolling. Let's see. Yeah, Chris, we're going game by game, but we talked about Mobley, and you think it's a lean over. Yeah, Fox. Yeah, the Knicks game, I don't have a take on the Knicks game because I don't know if Ware's going to start or if it's going to be Bam. I could get some better thoughts on it, but I don't have good thoughts on it right now without that. Yeah, Fox under points. I like it a ton. Like I said, we just talked about it, man. I mean, it's like seriously, he hasn't been able to go over against like any of these teams. And then now he's going to go over against OKC on a back-to-back. Like, it's a good bet. So, yeah, I think it's a good bet. Okay. Is there any other thoughts here? I don't think I have any other thoughts. Pelicans at Jazz. Cool. This is a weird game, right? So I think that without Walker Kessler, I mean, Zion is going to have a field day, dude. Like, I think that you want to get a little bit of his assists, but also like his points. I think that like PRA for Zion could make sense. He's over in 12 out of 22. I mean, this is a G League defense, bro. So he played 31 minutes last game, 29, 28, 27 post All-Star break. So let's do like 27 to let's do 26 to 32 or something. So he's over in 10 out of 18 then. I don't know. This Jazz matchup is just like easy as hell. I will say they do give up a ton of catch and shoot stuff. So maybe I guess you could argue that, but that's why it's PRA. I think that he could have like spike assist games. And then it's just like they don't have Kessler, bro. So like the one thing, if you go to this chart, they're actually really good at protecting the paint because Kessler, or the restricted area at least, because of Kessler. They don't have Kessler, bro. They're cooked. Zion will be able to play bully ball against any of these dudes. I think that it's like, okay, you could see the spike assist game because it's the Jazz, right? But it's also like, okay, they don't have Walker Kessler. You could see an amazing point game. And then, yeah, without Kessler and John Collins, too, it's like they're not a good rebounding team either. So just given the fact that Zion is like, over in 10 out of 18 at this line, I think that this is like an A+ matchup. I think that this is a pretty good look for Zion here. J-Man, but okay, I'm gonna be real with you, J-Man. But the angles that you find are like they're not actually angles. Like you don't have an edge by looking at people's stats on Sundays. You don't have an edge for the most part by looking at okay, Michael Porter hasn't went under to an assist in like back-to-back games or something. Like I appreciate like the effort and stuff and you being active, but I just look, I'm trying to help you, and I think that you're using a lot of like irrelevant data to form your betting opinions, and if you're doing that, then you're losing money. So it's like, yeah, I think that like a lot of the stat muse can definitely be valuable for like head-to-head data versus this year, or a center against like a certain center like over time and stuff. But yeah, I'm not trying to hate or anything, but I just think that a lot of the angles you bring up here are not actually angles. Hawkins over points, Alvarado over points. I like both and can't decide which one. Yeah, I mean, so I do wonder. This Jazz team is completely different. I know that they play zone a lot, so they're naturally going to give up a lot of catch and shoot stuff. So it's always like a good catch and shoot matchup, right? So who's going to play for all these guys? It's going to be Zion, McCollum, Murphy, No DeJounte. And then let's do like Kelly Olynyk or some shit. Okay. So we have like a 3-game sample size, but so Jose has okay, with Kelly Olynyk and with Bruce Brown, right? Okay, so that stays the same. So Jose's minutes have been weird. Is there anyone I'm missing with Misi maybe? I'm trying to project Jose's minutes out. So it's definitely a good Jose minute matchup, right? With the catch and shoot stuff. The thing is, it's like, it's usually, I don't know. It's weird without Kessler in. They're going to be a little bit different, but oh my goodness. Yeah. 13.5 PRA seems definitely short. We could just like scratch these filters and say, okay, he played 20 minutes, 30 minutes in each of those games, like 26.5. Let's lowball it a little bit. Cause I know he played 20. He's probably going to play 20 minutes at least, but let's do like 18 to 30, I guess. Cause he did scratch 30 minutes a couple times. Yeah. I mean, Jose makes a ton of sense, right? Good hit rates. 6.5 points, especially, man. Yep. And then Hawkins, let's see, with Zion, with CJ, with Trey, with DeJounte, with Eves, with. So he played 21 to 24 minutes. So let's do like 20 to 26 or something. 20 to 26 minutes for Hawkins. Yeah, so Hawkins, definitely a good matchup for him. Let's do with, I'd probably lean over on Jose. I think Jose's hit rates are better and stuff. I'd probably go with Jose for sure. It's definitely a good matchup for Hawkins, though. Not going to say it's not. Definitely a good matchup. So, okay, Collier PA over. Let's see how many games we have left. Okay, let's do. Collier PA. Look, these Jazz ones are just tough. Okay, Like, I'm gonna have to really go into depth into them. I guess we could though, but so yeah, I mean, there's no one here. Let's go to the Jazz. We can look at this blindly, right? I mean, go to Utah Jazz. Let's just take all these guys off, right? All the starting five: Sexton, Collins. We'll say, bro, the Jazz are just gonna play like a big rotation, right? They're gonna play like their bench guys like 24 minutes, like the Cody Williams and stuff. So Collier's averaging 14 about per 36, 9.6. Pelicans defense has stunk. They've been up there with the Jazz with like catch and shoot stuff given up. So yeah, Collier seems fairly priced, right? I mean, he's probably not going to play 36 minutes, but it's a good matchup. So yeah, I'd probably say it's a good line. Filipowski rebounds over. Yeah, it's a good matchup too, right? Pelicans just aren't a good rebounding team, but yeah, Filipowski with Kessler off and like Laurie and Collins, he's only averaging 9.15 rebounds for 36, and I probably don't see him playing 30. Oh, he did play 36 last time. It was this Portland game where they tanked it away, and so he did play 36. He shot 4 for 4 for 3. I wonder if that led into anything, but yeah, I'd probably lean slightly over for Filipowski, but yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah, so Zion RA. Yeah, I like Zion RA for sure. We already talked about that. Yeah, no, I like it. No, I think it should be fine with Olynyk and Misi. Whereas games with Olynyk and Misi. I mean, yeah, you would have liked to see him go over. It's a really good assist matchup. I will say that. Like if Zion had like 8 assists here, that would not surprise me. And then he only needs like 4 rebounds. It's like, yeah. You would have liked to see him go over against the Spurs for sure. But I think it's a slight lean over, just slight. But yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next game. Let's see, because we got 8 minutes left. Lakers and Clippers. Let's see. Yeah, no, I actually think that like the good, I think that the starters in are good for Collier, to be honest. Just if you see how Collier gets it, like you want him he's gonna have the same role regardless, and you want him passing to like good scorers, right? So like I think Laurie helps, Collins helps, Sexton, he makes quick decisions. I think he helps a little bit. All right, Harden under points. Yeah, is Norman Powell for sure playing? I don't know. Clippers injury report. Okay, he's probable. Okay, cool. So Derek Jones is out. Chris Dunn is interesting. Yeah, Harden under points. Let's see. He had 18. He only got he got up 22 shots. He shot really, really bad. Let's see, with Kawhi, with Norm. And you can get 22 and a halves. Yeah, I feel like Lakers defense has been like really good. I don't know why. Lakers they've really been like scheming and like leaving like these like Chris Dunn dudes like wide open and stuff. That's one thing that I've realized. Let's see, players they've been allowing pull-ups though too, I believe. Okay, this is team. I think they've been allowing pull-ups. They've been just like not allowing anything in the paint, which is so weird given that their personnel, right? But JJ Redick's been, great. So yeah, pull-ups and catch and shoot stuff is what they've been giving up. So got to be a shooter to beat them. If you're reliant on scoring in the paint, probably not great. Harden is not really reliant on scoring in the paint, unfortunately. I'd have a slightly an under. I'd actually Amir Coffey could make sense too. What did he have against the Lakers? He shot really poorly, right? So 22 points. Chris Dunn will be left wide open and no Derek Jones. So like, let's see. I think like a role player on the Clippers could make sense. Let's see, Chris Dunn. I just want to quick look at their rotation a little bit and see what's going on here, because I might actually get a play going live. So yeah, Clippers were without Norman, obviously. They waived Marjon Beauchamp. So Norman's going to slot in for Derek Jones, and Chris Dunn probably still starts, I would assume. Then you have Amir Coffey off the bench. You have Bogey off the bench. Ben, who's going to, play his couple minutes and shit, not shoot and anything. I think Amir Coffey is actually in a good spot. Amir Coffey, rightfully so, didn't get minutes here because he shot, 0 for 5 from deep, was a -14. Chris Dunn, completely earned the minutes over him. But I think that, without Derek Jones, so it's like the Norman Powell thing for minutes, it doesn't, like, he's competing with Chris Dunn for minutes, basically. And, if Chris Dunn shoots good, Chris Dunn had 6 assists. He had a really good game. How many potentials? 9 potentials. You probably, let's see. I wonder if you need Chris Dunn. So for defense, right? Because all these great guards, they don't have Reeves. The Lakers don't. I wonder if Chris Dunn's like needed here for defense. Yeah, so Chris Dunn stuff is interesting. Like I said, I know that, JJ Redick is just completely fine with leaving him open. I think Amir Coffey stuff is also interesting. He had 4 points, 1 for 7, 0 for 5. Got shorted a little bit on minutes, so I think he's a tad interesting as well. And yeah, 11.5 PRA. Let's see. He had, 9 RA chances. I don't hate this either. So yeah, I think that could make sense. Let me quick see something with Powell, Harden, Leonard. Okay, there has not been a game with that. Yeah, it's tough to trust Clippers rotations, right? Ty Lue just like rides a hot hand, like really. So Suave, sorry, we're on the Lakers Clippers game. Yeah, Luka points make sense. No Reeves, right? I know Ty Lue. I saw Sammy in A1, and Sammy's a Clippers fan, so I trust basically him on everything Clippers. But Ty Lue's always apparently good with like letting Luka cook and like turning him into like a scorer. So that's obviously good for Luka's points. I'd lean over there. Let's see, Doncic under 3.5 threes. I wouldn't play that. Nah, no, not without Reeves. He's due shooting regression, like positively, and he's been getting them up. And yeah, Zubac doesn't like to come out of the perimeter really. So yeah, it's Clippers. I believe have actually been. We're doing pull-up threes post All-Star break. It's small sample, obviously. Clippers have been allowing the most pull-up threes, so I'd actually lean over on Luka threes. Actually, plus money. Woo. Oh crap! Let's see the Lakers. Where's Reeves? Let's just do it with Reeves off. I want to see what Luka's averaging for threes. Yeah, 10 per 36. Probably actually will play the 36 too. I like this a lot, dude. Not gonna lie. Like his over at this price at plus 120. I mean, this is. Yeah, I mean he's been shooting the ball poorly, but that doesn't really matter. So it's like they've been giving up a ton of pull-up threes. Let's see, Luka. I'm gonna go to Luka stats versus the Clippers since StatMuse. Luka Doncic stats versus the Clippers. I think Ty Lue got hired after the bubble, so since 9-1-21. So since Ty Lue got there, I just want to see like what his 3-point volume. So yeah, I mean, what they said, he's averaging 36 points for 39 minutes, which is crazy that he's averaging 39 minutes. But yeah, I mean, getting the threes up for sure. And it was Zubac in there playing big minutes. Yeah, definitely getting the threes up. If we can get like 9 attempts, I feel like that's pretty good. 9 to 10. Yeah, I think this is a really good price. Luka's eventually going to start making his threes, guys. Like, and plus 120 at FanDuel is just great. So I actually really like the over. Who starts for Reeves? Finney Smith. Yeah, for sure. And Finney Smith, I wonder, well, who do you start for? He started for, I mean, Finney Smith's already starting. So, wait, is Reeves out or am I tripping? Can someone quick comment that? Is Reeves out? Let's see. Okay, no, Reeves a game time decision. Wait, what? I mean, the LeBron and Luka are 100%. See, Reeves is considered day to day. Oh, so he's doubtful. Okay, so yeah, on a calf, doubtful calf. I doubt. Yeah, Luka should be able to hit 4 threes, bro. I'm gonna bet this. Plus 120 is absurd, bro. Plus 120 is actually absurd for Luka to hit 4 threes, bro. It's like you can't be taking in like his like Lakers stats in like a 5-game sample size. So I'm gonna make this an official. Doncic over 3.5 threes, plus 120, bro. That's crazy. Sorry, guys. So this is gonna be yeah, 4+ on FanDuel is the best price. So this is usually where having a co-host coming in is nice because now I'm gonna just completely blank out. But I'm gonna take this time, guys. If you guys have been, enjoying this content, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It just goes a long way to help supporting the channel. So yeah, and help us do this for free in the long term. So yeah, dropping a like, giving a sub if you appreciate, grinding it out on a Sunday, especially Sunday morning. So yeah, just make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have not. Yeah, so Luka over 3.5 3-pointers made. Okay, now I gotta log it in myself. Okay, Luka, sweet. Yeah, sorry guys, this shit takes me so long to like send it into the Discord and stuff. Yeah, by the way, join the Discord. All that good stuff. Okay, Luka over 3.5 threes, plus 114. So next best prices are plus 114 at DK, plus 120 at ESPN, plus 106 at Prop Builder. Okay, cool. Yeah, Luka over 3.5 threes. Yeah, I'm playing that shit. Reeves doubtful, Rui out. I mean, yeah, the pull-up threes that the Clippers have allowed post All-Star break. I mean, he's eventually going to start making shots, guys. He's eventually going to start making shots. So, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be Zubac. Like, Zubac just doesn't move well. Like, you need him to play big minutes because you need scoring and stuff. But, yeah, Zubac does not move well. Okay, cool. Is that the last game? Minnesota Phoenix. Look, just Minnesota stuff you can't touch right now. We don't know if Randall's going to be back. So, yeah, Phoenix, Devin Booker's going to get blitzed. No more Rudy Gobert. So, yeah, Minnesota's been, worse against spot ups. So, yeah, I don't really. Do you guys have any last question? Phoenix props questions? If you guys have any Phoenix props questions, because I can't give you a good input on Minnesota stuff until we know if Julius is going to play. But Julius, welcome back, Julius. We've missed you a lot. I hope you're back. Bobo under points. Yeah, so he's took advantage of some very good matchups for sure. I will say the Wolves, in isolation, they probably won't really double, but in the pick and roll, I could see them generating some spot up looks. So I'd probably stay. Well, it is at 14.5. I'd lean under, but yeah, I'd lean under, but I'd stay away at the same time. Just like Bol, he's a tough dude to bet on. Like, is he? I bet Bol could easily get benched, sometime. So yeah, that's why I'd probably lean under. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say it's a really bad matchup though, to be honest. I think it's like a fine matchup. Definitely not a good matchup like how the Pelicans and Grizzlies are though. So yeah, I like your thought process, selling high and all that good stuff. So yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that's gonna wrap it up. Like I said, guys, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for commenting, making the show go good. Let's quick recap the 3 plays. And let me quick add this. Okay. So Jamal Murray over 20.5 points, drop coverage against Boston. I trust Murray to get up for this game in a big spot. Isaiah Hartenstein over 14.5 RA. Shea, J-Dub, expect them to get blitzed. Hartenstein can do some short roll stuff, playmaking. And then rebounds. Spurs have been second worst team and rebounding. Rebounds allowed since Wemby. They lost him. And then Luka over 3.5 threes. I mean, Clippers allowing the highest pull-up 3 frequency. History of Ty Lue letting him, go one-on-one and stuff. And no Reeves, doubtful. So, I mean, there's just going to be so many shots to go up. Luka's probably going to get back to his, his ways of, taking 12 threes and 25 shots. So let's hope that's the case. And yeah, plus 120, I got to play it at this price. So yeah, Doncic over 3.5 threes, Hartenstein, Murray, all that good stuff. All right, perfect. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow with the 2 shows. Of course, one with Liam early in the morning and then one with JJ. And yeah, that's going to do it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.